Hey there, everybody out there in the land of YouTube. Annette Dion here. I am the host and founder of the Psychic News Network. It's Sunday night, and here I am again. This is my third video of the day, and I'm looking at the light behind me. It looks like a person. Anyway, just my silly eyesight. I'm going to go over a few things, just a quick look, and I want to look at this. This question is on my mind because I did see that, Kamala Harris is still out there doing interviews, promoting her book, talking. She was in Nashville over the weekend, and Tim Miller was interviewing her. I haven't gotten through the whole thing, but I just want to ask why they never asked for the votes to be recounted. Why? I'm just going to ask the cards. Why did they just let that go? And there's the data out there, and the research is out there, and the numbers are out there that show that she won. I know she won. I was talking about that she won before the election even happened because I felt how many people were going to vote for her. So it's hard for me, and I know that it's hard for you, to have this major elephant in the room just ignored. I mean, it's just completely never brought up. Is that not weird? Is it me? It's very weird. So we're gonna ask the guides about it because that's what we do here. We ask the guides. Why is it never even brought up? How come nobody, maybe I missed it. How come nobody ever says, hey, and do you think that it was fair? Nobody says, do you think that maybe, since Trump was saying that he didn't need the votes, and I haven't gotten through the whole interview with Tim Miller, in all fairness, just part of it. But it just got me thinking. So let's pull some cards. Alvin the Alien is with us. Probably will be for a little while now. He's waiting for his to greet his friends who are coming in on, I guess it's 3 eye atlas. People are correcting me, which I don't mind that because I don't know. I said I don't know much about it, but I told you my psychic impression. 3 cards about why. Let's see if the cards will answer this. Why is nobody... It's been over a year. It's just weird to me. It really is weird. Ignoring the elephant in the room. He said he didn't need the votes. He was dressed up like a garbage man and looking really weird. Right around Halloween last year. Right before the election. Having Nazi rallies at Madison Square Garden. Really just, why isn't it being brought up? Ever. Why hasn't it ever? And I have the Justice card. The 7 of Pentacles. It was so much work. Okay, so I would say that this is pointing to the great injustice. This is it was so much hard work. And the 7 of Cups. Too hard to get past the gaslighting. How sad is that? And I'll pull a few more cards for more to the story, like what we can expect. But the Justice card really has my curiosity up because it looks like there's justice in the middle of all this hard work and all the gaslighting. There is justice, right? So, why didn't they... The guys are saying this, the end of the story has not happened yet. The story's not over. So I'm going to ask the Pendulum a few questions as to why. We'll use this one. What's going on there? Is there a plan somewhere for the truth about the election in 2024? Is there a plan for it to be revealed? Is there a plan currently in place for it to be revealed? No. Is the reason for that because of fear of domestic unrest? Yes, well, there it is. The Democrats are already getting the most heinous death threats for... We'll read on this too. The guides are saying it won't happen until it's safe. It won't happen until it's safe to talk about. In other words, that there's no fallout. So, and it makes me think about what we saw towards the end of last week with the Democrats who had served in the military, making basically what amounts to a public service announcement for our military, that they're not required to obey illegal orders. And boy, did the Yahoo MAGAs have a problem with that. And I think it's really important that we don't normalize the things that they have a problem with. Because what they're really saying is the military... I mean, if you flip it, right? Like, the military is supposed to obey unlawful orders. Illegal orders. So for them to argue that, it's like they just keep pounding away at it until finally people start to think it's a thing. That's how all this Nazi stuff works. That's how this propaganda works. We can't get used to insanity. We can't normalize it. So I'm going to pull 3 more cards about that, because it does look like when it's safe, the actual election results will be revealed. And I'm feeling like it won't be very long. It will be months, not years. Yeah, this is the Ace of Wands. Is like, it'll be a strong message when it happens. And the 3 of Pentacles indicates that they are building that right now. And the King of Cups. There's so many threats that there are certain things that it's kind of like, it's a sure thing that if you touch that stove, you're going to get burned. You know, bad example, but there's so much that will erupt, that's combustible, that's really volatile, that's flammable. In the current climate that we're in, there's so much that would erupt in the current climate that we're in until we get all the bozos and the enemy camp out of the United States. That it's just like a powder keg. It's like being at the gas station and spilling gas on the ground and then lighting a match, right? So it's really clear that the information is there that she won the election, that votes were thrown out. There were many people that said that they called to see if their vote was counted, and they couldn't find their votes. So, you know, if you want to do a little research, look at the data, do the research, see what you come up with when you look on YouTube. And a lot of it's hidden, but it's there. So the Ace of Wands indicates the message will come eventually. And it feels like months, not years. They're building up to it. But in this current climate that we're in, on November 23rd, 2025, it's not safe to bring it up. And the most important thing right now to do is to get this regime out. And I think that would complicate. It would just, everything would get too muddled. So pick your battles is kind of come into my mind. And, you know, got to do the battles, specific battles at specific times. Well, that was interesting. Let's pull a Moonology card to just see, going into the week, it is Sunday. Going into the week, what's the energy? What should we be focused on? According to Kathy Beal, all this water energy we're still in. A lot of watery energy, a deluge of information, like a waterfall of information. Kind of like that. It's going to turn around, I think, in the first week in December. And I feel, and I've been saying it for a while now, I feel major changes for the better happening in December. That doesn't mean there won't be tumult. And the energy is gaining momentum. These cards are starting to freak me out. If you watched last night. If you didn't, watch the video from last night. Right after I talked about this space object. the energy is gaining momentum. There it is. I just said that in so many words. Okay, so what's becoming very clear, I've been telling you for years now that Trump works for Putin. And I was saying that, as you know, maybe, you know, other people were saying it too, but I just kept harping away at it. That it's, now we have more indications, because I'm actually going to read on Witoff, who works, he's an ambassador to Russia, I think, and a real loser, kisses Putin's ass, adores Putin. Apparently, I'll give you the in a nutshell version. The plans to end the war in Ukraine that the Kremlin has laid out are the plans for Ukraine to give up a lot of its land. And now that the United States is an enemy of the world, like, I mean, I just have to say it, right? The world hates us. I'll just leave it there for now. The world hates us because of what we're doing. I mean, face it. We talk about Russia all the time, and it's, you know, we don't have anything against the Russian people, but we hate Russia, right? Just because of what Putin's doing. So what Marco Rubio and Witoff and all of them have done is they've revealed their peace plan, pretending it's the United States idea. This is the in a nutshell version. But the actual plan was written in Russian and then translated through AI, I think. I know there's an easy way to do that, to translate a language into English. So the American traitors, treasonous traitors that are in our government, that are running this country into the ground, are taking what Putin wants and saying this is what the United States wants for Ukraine. And the cat is out of the bag. And we know now, there's evidence now, it's being reported on. So my mind is on not only Marco Rubio and what's going to happen to these people eventually, but my mind is on Witoff, because I feel like he's a really stupid ass. And it's unfortunate that he's in a position like he is, like the rest of them, right? But it's unfortunate for him that he's in the position that he is in, because Putin sees how much he adores Putin. And as soon as you have that fealty, you can do anything. Which is kind of the name of the game nowadays. I don't see good things coming for Witoff. I'll just say that. So I'm pulling 3 cards about his fate. These people should know they're being used. I don't know how they don't. I don't know how they're so stupid that they don't see it. It might be that hubris, that tragic flaw, that the pride that destroys them. What's his fate? Yeah, this is about he's missing out on an opportunity to do the thing that's going to get him in a safer position should he rub Putin the wrong way. The Knight of Swords, this is justice coming, and the Three of Pentacles. There's a big case being built against Witoff. Don't ask me who's going to prosecute him, but I can look. Because we have an absolutely corrupt DOJ. But the guys are saying it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Witoff will be held accountable. So let's ask this. I'm actually going to ask a specific question about him and Putin. You may have seen that video a few months ago of him just hugging Putin. I was like, yikes. They're that desperate for love? I They think that's love and loyalty? Royalty, I almost said. I'm telling you, the adoration of money is just, what a sickness. What a horrible sickness. So I'm pulling 3 more cards about this whole relationship between Witoff and Putin and where it leads for Witoff. The truth comes out and it's crystal clear. The truth comes out and it's crystal clear. 2 cards that say that. And he gets himself between a rock and a hard place. He done lost his head because he's no match. Witoff is no match for what's coming. Yeah, it's I feel the tide turning for him. Like a big deluge of, whoa boy, you've just lost your power because of all this information and all these things you did that didn't work to your benefit. And it's on the side of Putin and it's on the side of the United States. That's what that 2 of Swords is about. This is like stuck, no place to turn. I wouldn't want to be Witoff. I would not. Okay. Let's read on Pam Blondie. Oh, geez, I'm sticking with the nefarious cards tonight. Yikes. Let's just read on what is up for her. Pam Blondie, who's trying really hard to hide the Epstein files entirely. It's just a matter of time before a deluge of evidence against her comes out. She loses her footing. Yeah, the 2 of Wands. She's trying to keep herself in balance, but it's not working. And I talked the other night about how unhealthy these people are because the 4 of Swords kept coming up. How physically unhealthy they are. And it is a fact that if you lie that much as you lie, your physical body goes to crap. And as much as you might think that Donald Trump is Mr. Teflon and he has like this great health constitution where he'll stay alive till he's 200, don't think for 1 second that man feels good, because he does not. Lying and being hateful and vengeful and cruel and vindictive and horrible has a terrible effect on one's health. So, Pam Blondie, it's a matter of not very much time before she loses her footing. The 2 of Wands, just, it's not working. What I pick up about Pam Blondie is that it's not working because she's not following the way that Dumpy wants her to follow the protocol. Because I get the sense that she's already screwed it up. It didn't go the way that Dumpy wanted it to go. He wanted her to do certain things and she didn't really do them. And this is how it's like being in a dictatorship, because she's at risk of losing her position and being held accountable for all the money that she's stolen. So let's pull 3 cards and ask about us in the United States. We're going to ask just like how we're faring right now, whether we are gaining any ground. That's the question. Are we gaining ground? We're definitely holding the line. We are succeeding at that. This is the most unpopular president in history. Of course, he's a 34 times convicted felon who incited a violent insurrection to take down our country. And then all these paid agents from other countries just brainwashed half of the American population to get them to believe that, oh no, Trump's a good guy, he's going to make your eggs cheaper. I was at the grocery store today and I stood there for the longest time while there was a woman who was looking at all the eggs. I just wanted to get a dozen eggs. I had to wait for her. And I'm thinking, I really was. I was standing there thinking, I probably think too much, but I'm standing there thinking, Wow, isn't it interesting, like, the national conversation has been about the price of eggs for so long, that woman has taken a full 3 minutes at least, maybe longer, to figure out which dozen of eggs to buy. I mean, I'm sorry, I know that's kind of moot, but it's kind of related. How are we doing in the United States? Boy, are we sad. Boy, are we sad. And I want to say about this that it is sad. It's tragically sad that if you are suffering, if you are struggling because of what this country is going through, you have to get with people. You have to be in community. The more you stay in and isolate, the worse it will get. Just know that that's not the solution. Because this is where we are. But the Queen of Pentacles is here. We just have to understand that we're in a war. We're in a battle. We're in a war. And I have the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. The men and the women of this country working together will make a huge difference. It's really it's an effort where for all of us to come together, no matter our race, our gender, our religious affiliation, no matter any of it. We're having an identity crisis, but I think we're getting to a place where it's like, no, we're being forced to declare who we are and what we stand for. And there's a lot of strength here, the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. In the face of this, we become more expanded and more empowered. I know it does. It seems like a paradox, but it's true. So from here, being in our despair, we actually get better and stronger and clearer. There's not much clearer than a person can be as when they're facing something that's real dire. It's like, okay, let's put our heads on straight, right? When you're in some kind of a crisis, you don't go like, well, yeah, well, I'm just gonna, I'll deal with it later. Or when you're in a crisis, it's like, wake up, deal with the emergency. So it really is. It's making people be really striving to find what's within them to help to turn this country around. We've got to think about the children. We have to think about the children. I'm glad Nancy Pelosi brought it up the other day because I've been bringing it up too. We have to think about the children. This regime is destroying the future of our children. We'll turn it around. We will. Was there one more thing? Oh, this is a gazillion more things. But let's look at December. Let's just get a little overview of December because I really feel a huge shift coming in December. Let's use these cards. We are getting assistance. So I think it's really important that we understand that this time that we're in, and I've said it before, is a time where we have to consider that we're energy beings and there are benevolent energy beings on the spirit plane that are helping us. But we kind of have to ask them to help us too. They'll help us, but we kind of have to be more conscious of them. Like if you say some kind of a prayer, right? Just know that it's going to some benevolent divine intelligence. Just know, just acknowledge that. And speaking of that kind of thing, make sure you check out Church of Spirituality from today. It's always really good. Thank you to those of you who come. So yeah, let's look at this. The Devil, the Nine of Cups, and the Four of Wands. In the face of evil, we see what we have to work with and we build a stronger house. So I feel like in December, we get really, really resourceful. Remember I said last night, if you watched, I said, or might have been Off the Ledge, I think it was, that the guides told me the struggle will bring us to a higher frequency. Because the struggle that we're in, my take on it is the struggle that we're in will give us, like, the only option is to lean into, we need to heal ourselves, we need to heal our country, we need to be proactive, we need to help each other, be kind and compassionate. Our hearts are going to just be busting open for love of our country too, in the face of what hell we've been facing. But I do see this is the evil, and this is what we have to work with, being resourceful and building a, I'm seeing that it starts in the states, like individual states start to show their power. They start to, like, pitch in and build their power. That's starting to happen. And these guys, as evil as they are, I'm not being all Pollyanna about it. We got some evil crap to deal with. But I'm seeing the strength of the people making them weak. And that includes ICE. That includes ICE. Those guys, you know, someday will be held accountable for all the heinous terrorist acts that they're committing on innocent people, including children. So, I do want to leave you with a positive message. So, one more 3-card draw. What do we have that we can look forward to? Actually, the guides are showing me enjoy each other's company. Enjoy each other's company. Laugh with your friends. Lighten everything up. Because our day is coming, because the Ace of Swords is the sword of truth. And I think this is a Chariot. Yes. The sword of truth. You can't hide the truth forever. You can't. And you can't keep calling lies truth socially. You can't. It just doesn't work that way. I think that part of this is us finding out, no matter how long or short of a time that Elon, the loser, keeps up that all these MAGAs are actually bots from other countries. They're not real people. They're fake accounts, and they get paid to divide America. I think that actually has an impact. I talked about that at length last night. And kind of fast. Kind of a quick impact. And then I have the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Swords. Everyone, be hopeful. Be joyful. Know that we're working our way out of this. We are working hard, and we will make this happen. And when it happens, it will happen quickly. Just wait till December. You'll see. Please hit the hype button. Please hit the thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you again tomorrow for Off the Ledge. And if you become a member, you're invited to a psychic party the last Saturday of the month, 8 p.m. Eastern this month. And I will see you soon. Book a reading, psychic@netion.com. Namaste. See ya.